Welcome back to Spirit Hunters Deathmark 2. Mr. Yoshiki, I'm fine now. Feel free to ask me anything you may need to know. That goes for me too. Despite their trembling voices, they're trying to be strong. Honestly, I'd rather not make these kids recall such painful events, but I don't have a choice. Time to figure out what happened in the clock tower. Speaking of games we just saw on the wish list. I tell them about that I've managed to resolve the situation with the spirit in the pool. Thank you, Mr. Yoshiki. To think that spirit was really Takai. So she was murdered by Hanako and then became a spirit? Kinda scary to think about a spirit giving birth to another spirit. Takai isn't the only victim that turned into a spirit. Shinji, who was killed by Kashima, was haunting the gymnasium. Sorry, I was taking a drink. I have to wonder if this entire series of awful events was set in motion by the departed. He made the news. I'm not surprised. Why does my screen keep flashing black? The dorm manager told me you were invited by somebody. Who called you? It was you. Me? You asked us to help you because you were trapped in the clock tower. So, Hime and I went out there. The chat's having fun. I think that was probably the departed pretending to be me in order to lure you. Are you serious? Damn, they're a tricky enemy. What happened in the clock tower? The door was open when we arrived at the clock tower. The moment we stepped inside, a swarm of insects attacked us. They were crawling under our uniforms, so we took them off and tried to get the insects off of us. I started panicking and everything went black after that. If they were just normal insects, I wouldn't have been so scared, but I saw some venomous centipedes among them. Centipedes are venomous? My limbs refused to move when I tried to escape. And then you came just when we were at the end of our ropes. You really saved our lives. Is the venom, like, really dangerous to humans? I didn't know that. Oh, so yes. Huh. Screw those things. Was the departed the one who sent those insects to attack us? Most likely. I saw the notice that they were trying to kill you two, student council. Why us? I might have an idea why. Do you mind telling us? So I've noticed that the departed's targets fall into two categories. People directly targeted by the departed, like you, and the ones who were targeted by other spirits. Everyone who's been directly targeted by the departed have all been people I'm close with. Then that means we're being targeted because we're close to you? I think so. Oh, I see. You know, that mark on your face is still really weird. I'm sorry, Daru. Sorry, Michio. You wouldn't have this horrific experience if I hadn't asked for your help. I'm a curse. I shouldn't have gotten involved in this case. Then Damon wouldn't have had to go through such a terrible thing. My chest tightens as the feeling of regret. My chest tightens as the feelings of regret well up inside. But we were saved because of you. Daru. You still saved our lives. That's not something that just anyone would have been able to do. You did it because you had the skills. Now we're getting a theme song. Yep. The other adults don't believe in the departed. You're the only one I can rely on to protect us. This cannot be towards the end of the game. That's really short then. Because the other two games were not nearly this short. So please don't apologize for caring about us. We're really grateful to you. Michio. Thank you. Centipedes are like bees. Their stings won't typically kill you unless you're allergic, but the bigger they are, the more potential. Oh, we have a thumbnail. Even after terrible experiences, they never lose their smiles. They never turn away from the terror lurking in the darkness. Instead, they're trying to fight against it. So here's the thing, you can kill off characters in this very, very easily. So just know that. So we might be showing off deaths in this series, but we are going to try to go for the good ending. I don't know if it's because they're brave or have a strong sense of justice. One thing's for sure though, what those two are doing is not something that just anyone is capable of. Witnessing their strength and resolve has given me encouragement. The two of them shine brightly like a beacon in the darkness. Mr. Yoshiki, there's something I'm curious about. Is the departed really hiding in our school? Yes, Azumi and I said they're pretending to be a human. Do you know who they are? No, unfortunately. They're one cautious foe, disguising themselves and leaving no clues at all. Mr. Yoshiki, would you like to try deducing the departed's true identity with us? Oh, nice idea. Let's give it a shot. 3 heads are better than 2. Yeah, sure, we better try it. Their suggestion piques my interest. Who knows, maybe they actually can feel the departed's presence? You know what? Every time we do something like this, bad things happen. So the departed is targeting those who are close to you, right? How would they know your circle of friends and who you're close to, though? Since they're a spirit, they might have used their supernatural powers to figure it out. Or they might have discovered it when pretending to be a human at the school. Why don't you try exploring those options? If we assume they're just using powers, that won't leave us any path to deducing anything. There's only a handful of people who know about Ai and Xiao at the school. First up is my client and the headmaster of the school, Mr. Kanoe. Since I report everything related to the case to him, he would have learned a thing or two about me during that process. Next we have curriculum coordinator Sakamoto, a serious and cantankerous individual. She might have heard things about me from Mr. Kanoe and her colleagues. Next is the male student named Haruka Abe. For some reason, he knows a lot about me and my connections. He called me Spirit Doctor, so he may know about the Mark Bearers too. And then we have Himeko Daru and Michio Kinukawa. Both of them have been working with me, so they know I and Xiao as well. Is the departed among them? If so, who is it? Okay. Alright, so. You think it's Haruke? It's Abe and Daru, because of the mark on Daru's face, it feels like it's her. Abe, it feels like, I'm gonna go with Sakamoto because it's really funny. Miss Sakamoto said the notices were just some pointless pranks pulled by the students. Was she just trying to throw us off the scent? The departed is quite meticulous. Is issuing a notice before killing someone? That is pretty in line with Miss Sakamoto's behavior. But Sakamoto's been the most hostile person I've met here, the polar opposite of the departed who calls me dear husband. If her hatred for me is a ruse, she's got some amazing acting chops. This isn't as easy as I thought. I just don't have enough clues to deduce the departed's true identity yet. I can only press on with the investigation, all while wondering who are my allies and who are my enemies. Before we realize it, a long time has passed. I can't just keep these girls out when they've already broken their curfew. We better leave the infirmary as soon as we're ready. What kind of excuse should we give to the dorm manager? Ghost bugs got you? After closing up the special building, we leave the school. Oh, could you imagine going up to like the manager of the dorms? I'm sorry. There were these ghost bugs crawling all over me, and it took me a while to get them off. Mr. Yoshiki, would you mind sharing more details about this case with us? Maybe we can help you come up with something? Well, you have a point, but you don't want us to get involved? It's too late for that. We've already been targeted by the departed. You solving this case is the only way we're going. The only way we're going to get out with our normal lives back. That's why the both of us want to help you out. Please let us help, Mr. Yoshiki. Fine, alright. All the deaths, grotesque occult phenomena, the fear of being targeted by the departed. My heart is overburdened with all this stress. I want to let it all out. I just want to vent to someone, anyone. So, once these two press me, I give in easily, opening up like an unlocked diary, spilling the details of the incidents up to this point. How Horikoshi and Manabe were killed by spirits, Damon's hospitalization, as well as the female doll and the numerous visions she's shown me. Something I didn't even tell the mark bearers. I guess that's just about everything. Oh God. Oh fuck. Both of them stare at me stunned. They must find it hard to believe. Honestly, it'd be more of a shock if they believed it all. Mr. Yoshiki? That doll in a red dress? We know her. Say what? We saw her before at the clock tower. Lay down. Kiwi came to say hi. On the day we received this curse. What curse? I'm not following you. What a turn of events. I have to ask for details. It was 2 months ago during the summer break. We went to the clock tower for the school's 70th anniversary project. Oh yeah, weren't you guys planning to get the clock tower moving again? Yes, we wanted to inspect the inside of the tower before moving on with the project. You two idiots turned it off. You two idiots woke this thing up, didn't you? That was when we saw a female doll in a red dress placed on an altar. You idiots messed with it. Did the doll move? No, she was just sitting on the altar. It immediately gave us both the chills, so we decided to go out of the tower. But it was too late. We were already cursed. Big curse. Is it okay if I tell him, Hime? Sure, go ahead. Only because I'm sure you'll believe us, Mr. Yoshiki. Alright. Michio looks serious, which isn't a side of her I've seen often. You can see them, can't you? My white hair and the mark on Hime's face. Oh, we are going to address that. Yeah, they really stand out. To tell you the truth, other people can't see them. Wait, what? Aside from us, the only one who can see them is you. Well, I figured the mark on the face, yeah. That's impossible, but how? Now that I think about it, there were definitely something off. Daru's never even tried to hide her mark from others, and none of the mark bearers have ever commented on Michio's white hair. It all makes sense now. It's because I'm the only one who can see them. We've been this way ever since we met the dolls. This must be the dolls' curse. Well, I never mentioned their curse. We actually told the dorm manager about it before, but she didn't believe us. She thought we were just being weird kids. It was really hard on us. After that, we decided not to speak about it to anyone else. Daru solemnly cast her eyes downwards. Seems like this has really taken a toll on her and Michio. After that, we met you. I thought I noticed you staring at my mark. I was wondering whether you could see it back then. Remember when you complimented my hair before? That convinced me you were the only one who could see these things. I was really happy about that. Michio said we should talk about it with you, but I was afraid. I was scared you'd look at us weird. However, tonight I finally got the courage. Why am I the only one who can see these things, though? 'Cause you're fucking cursed. I'm not too sure about why that is. Aren't there some spiritual occurrences that are only visible to you? Maybe our curse is like that? So this is another effect of my gifted supernatural senses? I recall the mark that was carved into my body 4 months ago. It was a death curse. Undoubtedly, their curse also has the power to bring misfortune upon them. Have you experienced anything strange ever since you got the curse, like a health condition, hearing, or seeing things? Nothing at the moment. I'm not sleep deprived and I still have my normal appetite. How about you, Hime? I'm fine too. I knew it. This curse is bad news, right? I mean, it's called a curse for a reason. Don't scare me like that. I feel like I've probably gotten all the information I needed from them at the moment. Mr. Yoshiki, I've been thinking about this for a while, but do you think the departed's true identity is that doll? Well, I believe she's the departed. Evil spirits that were sealed in the clock tower have come out, and I'm sure that was our fault. But she looks different from the departed. If the departed can transform into a human, they can probably turn into other things too. Even this curse of ours is the departed's doing. That means it should be lifted once they're gone. Michio gives an abnormally loud shout. She seems to really believe the female doll is the departed. She was already investigating spirits in the departed when we first met. I understand why she was doing that now. She wasn't my rival. She was trying to find a way to lift her curse. If what Michio says is true, the departed's curse isn't just something that's happening randomly. They're incidents that both of us caused. Doru. We have to put an end to this case. Please let us help you out. I mean, we really have no choice if you're cursed. I've learned new information from the two of them. The evil darkness surrounding Konohara Academy continues to deepen. I wonder when that darkness will finally be cleared away and replaced by sunshine. When we arrive at the dormitory, the dorm manager is waiting for us. Given the fact that they broke the curfew and returned this late at night, it's no wonder she's beside herself with rage. But I've already learned a trick to dealing with her from our earlier phone call. She's only concerned about who is going to be held responsible for all this. Once I promise her that I won't tell the school about the curfew violation, she takes it down several notches. I say goodbye to Doru and Michio and leave the dormitory. Time to head back to Kujo Mansion. There, I started compiling all the reports I need to submit to Mr. Kanoa, accompanied by a cup of sweet coffee. How should I summarize this? If I mention the clock tower incident, I'm going to have to bring up the girls breaking curfew as well. That would betray the dorm manager and ruin the image of those two students. Guess I should just stick to mentioning the pool ghost. Your school is fucked. Report over. The black telephone rings loudly. Who's calling me this late at night? Hello? It's me, Himeko Doru. Oh, I wasn't expecting you to call this soon. Before we parted ways, I gave them the number to Kujo Mansion, just in case. I just didn't imagine that she'd be using the number this soon. So why did you call? Well, I wanted to thank you again for earlier. Same here. Thank you for sharing your information with me. Glad I could be of help. I never expected there to be an adult who would take us seriously. It made me very happy. Of course I believe you two. I can literally see the proof of what you're telling me with that mark of yours in Michio's hair. Does that mean you wouldn't believe us if you couldn't see my marks? I'd still believe you. Glad to hear that. Just to let you know, I also believe in you, Mr. Yoshiki. I know you'll solve this case. Feel free to come to me anytime. I'll be more than happy to help you out as the student council president. I might be bad with the spirit stuff, but I'll try my best. I appreciate your courage, but don't push yourself, okay? Yes, I'll be careful. I have to go take a bath soon. Good night, Mr. Yoshiki. Good night. I hang up the phone once the conversation's over. I need to wash off my sweat and get some shut-eye, too. At least they explained the bug thing. I collapse onto my bed. When I close my eyes, the smiles of the two girls saved tonight run through my mind. My tension melts away. For the first time in days, I experience that pleasant bliss of floating to dreamland, unburdened by the past few days' events. However, I know this tranquility is fleeting at best. Once a new notice arrives, I'll have to face the specter again. That was a really, really quick chapter. So guys, I will see you next time for the next chapter. Bye everyone.